Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to our final pay-per-view of 2020 in our TEW Modern Day Save, or if you can call it that these days since it did start back in 2016 after WrestleMania 32. We're on the road to Mania for 2021, I don't even know which number that is, I think it's 36, maybe 37. But yeah, we're building up, as I say, to that pay-per-view, and as I say, hopefully, the final pay-per-view this year is strong, puts us in a good position into the Rumble, and then WrestleMania. A few seeds planted along the way, of course, for both of those marquee pay-per-views. Now for this one, tables, ladders and chairs. We don't have a TLC match because I've never agreed with having those kind of gimmick matches. It does ruin the rating of the actual match itself because of the type of product we run. But I just like keeping the name because of nostalgic reasons. However, I have added a ladder match. I felt like we can at least ruin one match, but that will be just the one that will ruin. The rest will be primarily just wrestling encounters. So well, not quite sold out. I think it's 50,000 attendance. So just under a sellout. 48,161 fans at Minute Maid Park in Texas. And we start the show with the usual pyrotechnics and a hype video for our feud for the championship. It is an A90 promo or hype segment, which got the show off to a strong start and got the crowd hotter. It's basically, obviously, Seth Rollins won the number one contendership match at Survivor Series. He challenges Kofi Kingston tonight. Kofi's just been your usual sleazy heel, getting wins here, there, and everywhere through dirty tactics because really he's not the biggest champion in the world, so he's been lucky, but A90, decent start to the show. So first up is that ladder match to kind of get the crowd going. It was about that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the audience, which saw Chad Gable defeat Shane Strickland, Ricochet, Tommaso Ciampa, King Neville and Rich Swann in a ladder match in 14:37 when Chad Gable retrieved the Cruiserweight Championship. So he's overcame the odds here, but it was his third defence of the Cruiserweight title. A B plus 84 is fairly respectable. Disappointing to see, there's a couple of stale workers there in the form of Ricochet and Rich Swann. Strickland not suited to his, so I'll maybe need to do some alterations there. So the crowd got hotter from it. An outstanding performance of a 93 from Chad Gable. Maybe the main event's not far off him. Strickland's okay with 77, good performances, in my opinion, from Ricochet. And of course, Tommaso Ciampa. Storyline advances gaining heat, but I think we'll probably do something different in the Cruiserweight division going forward. A few negatives there. Inconsistency, but Chad Gable remains the king of the Cruiserweights. This leads us into a little hype video for Johnny Gargano versus AJ Styles. It's a B79. It's not an over feud. It's not even been put as a storyline. Simply was booking Smackdown. AJ Styles open challenge. And Gargano accepted, really. That's pretty much it. So AJ, as I say, won the last encounter. So let's see. Sorry, Gargano won it, with AJ having kept strong, which of course meant with a matchup that had good heat and decent wrestling, AJ defeats Gargano in 13:50 with a springboard 450 splash. So your standard B82 rating here, Gargano went 83 to AJ 70. Of course, he has been hampered severely by the physical decline, so that is why, as I say, he's getting a much lesser performance than Gargano. The negatives there, inconsistency and the stamina and declining physical ability for AJ, but overall, pretty decent. And after the matchup, Gargano and AJ, it's a good performance from Gargano, just came up short, and AJ Styles offers his hand as a sign of respect, and they shake hands. So it's a B plus 83, and it's also the long face turn for AJ Styles. Turn was a complete success. At this moment in time, the plan is to go as a tag team for AJ and Johnny. Just to give us more tag teams on Smackdown Live. Next up, we had a music video hyping Murphy. I'm going to try and push him. I can see a lot of people getting a lot of hype behind him with his performances at this moment in time on 205 Live. So we are going to go with the best kept secret in the WWE gimmick, and we're going to push that. And that was a D42 for the hype video. Promo then explaining that he has that particular gimmick. He has the best kept secret, got a D47. And his matchup had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. But it saw him defeat Roderick Strong in 11:49 with Murphy's Law. C64 is not bad. Roderick's going to have the far better performance because of the lack of overness on Murphy. which we'll work on. And of course, we had to keep Roderick Strong looking strong here. So the few negatives in the storytelling match probably took this away from being a B match, if I'm honest, a B minus. Next up, promo from Dana Brooke, just basically hyping up our women's contest. We've got 4 of our top talents competing for Sasha Banks' Women's Championship. So she's basically in a verbal beatdown on one of the competitors, Becky Lynch, because they've had a few negatives on the Women's Revolution show. So that got a B plus 86. Dana Brooke came across very well. Match itself, not too bad. It was about the hard, great wrestling and good heat, and it saw Sasha defend it and retain it against Becky, Dana Brooke and Paige in 21-14 when Sasha defeated Becky Lynch by submission, making her second defence of the Women's Championship. So B plus 84, she could be a late contender for the Women's Superstar of the Year. I'll be intrigued to know who gets it. But Dana with the best performance in 92, Sasha with 87, and Becky and Paige just behind with the 85. Dana Brooke improving technical skills, and let's have a look here. So I think it's because it's been a long running storyline why it's lack of hot associated storyline, but I feel if we can properly get the right combination together with a hot storyline, there's no reason why the women can't main event WrestleMania. And I'll be perfectly honest, at this moment in time, I'm considering taking the risk of possibly doing a main event match for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania. So good win there for Sasha anyway. Next up, the Usos cut the promo for their matchup against Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, 2 other tag teams in a fatal 4-way tag team match, just using the Usos to get this over with a strong promo. And oh my god, the match has actually stolen the show. I thought it was going to be okay. I wasn't expecting it to get an rating like that. So it was about the hard, great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. And it saw Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeat Gallows and Anderson, the Usos and the Kofi brothers, in 22-32 when Sami Zayn defeated Luke Gallows with a Helluva Kick, making the 9th defence of their WWE Tag Team titles. Gallows the weak link. The reason I say I'm surprised at an A99, you're always going to get magic between Zayn, Owens and the Usos, but because of the lack of overness on Gallows and Anderson and the Kofis, I didn't expect that, but hopefully that's a great boost for a lot of those guys. I mean, seeing there 3 100s with Owens and the 2 Usos, a great rating for Sami Zayn. I'd even say the likes of, really the only poor one there is Luke Gallows. Kofi brothers were fantastic as well. That's a big surprise, a few skill improvements there, and yeah, it's a very, very strong tag division, which you just want to keep getting as many combinations to do as many multi-man matches as possible. Next up, Dean Ambrose cuts a promo on Roman Reigns, 889. They're all really associated with this boom storyline. I just put everything together. Similar to Survivor Series, we are going to have a number 1 contenders match. The winner going to face the champion at the Royal Rumble. So we are going to have a 5-way match coming up here. So Dean Ambrose is in it, Roman Reigns is in it. And it's still an exceptional matchup. And it saw Roman Reigns defeat the Velveteen Dream, Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose and Zack Sabre Jr. in 29-46 when Roman Reigns defeated the Velveteen Dream by pinfall. A very good A92 still. Velveteen Dream hinting at a heel turn. They say it's not his strong suit, but I believe he'll be able to pull it off eventually. Everyone with 92 to 94 performances there, unfortunately apart from Zack Sabre Jr., but still very, very solid matchup. Roman Reigns is your number 1 contender. A few positives there. And yeah, just negatives, morale issues for Zack Sabre Jr. and a few inconsistencies as well. After the matchup, which is for a little heated confrontation between Roman Reigns and the Velveteen Dream. Velveteen getting very frustrated by Roman, and that is an A92. Both guys coming across well. Velveteen Dream is fantastic. Roman Reigns is a real superstar. Seth promo before the main event, just saying it's his time to become World Heavyweight Champion yet again. So I got an A89. The match itself, thankfully delivered. Exceptional matchup which saw Kofi Kingston retain the championship against Seth in 23-47. It's cheating again with the handful of the tights. A95 is fantastic. I was debating to give the title to Rollins, but I've got an idea of where I want the World Heavyweight title picture to go on the road to WrestleMania, so Kofi will keep it. And as I say, 95 for Rollins, 87 for Seth. A few negatives, probably Kofi's declining physical ability, that's fair enough. And we finish the show. Roman Reigns comes out, makes his noise he always makes, spears a Superman punchy, Kofi, spears him, takes the title belt, and stands above him. B+88, Roman stands tall to end the show. Looks like a real star, and Kofi came out of it looking good, meaning our full show, A93, a very solid pay-per-view all in all, and this increased our popularity in 21 regions, so a good pay-per-view or network special, depending how you wish to call it. What's really pleasing to see there, after the Sasha Banks Fatal 4-Way for the women's title, every segment, every wrestling segment is over a 90, so that's good. But we're closing, we know we're high 80s, we know what works, we know what doesn't work, and there is, as I say, we can all say, oh, it's great, 3 big matches and that, but there is a lot of work in progresses as well, and that's why, as I say, Gargano's down there, that's why Murphy will be a work in progress. A lot of the development of superstars is the Raws and Smackdowns and the Women's Revolution shows that you don't see. So, because, as I say, I do book these really quick succession, just as I say, I need to be in the zone when I'm booking, so I felt like to keep momentum up, that's why I don't do the Raws and that on a video. I just do the pay-per-view, so it allows me just to freedom, just to get my head down, batter through it, and push people. So that's how you got the best of Velveteen Dream in such a quick way, because I was able to push him in storylines and put him over people that developed him as a performer and got him over as quickly as possible. So positives here, I think we need to go with Kofi. I'm going to go with Joe and Mark Kofi. As I say, I didn't expect that from them, so in game, in real life, they are absolutely phenomenal. But as I say, in the game, I didn't expect it, so we'll say that. And all 3 athletes were pleased. The good thing is, it gives me 1 week to just book throwaway Raw, SmackDown, and Women's Revolution shows, because effectively it's over the Christmas period. And then the next episodes will be the Wrestler of the Year awards in the various, top 500, the Power 500, as it's known. In this, I don't think there's anything that directly affects us there, apart from fantastic reviews. We're still trading shots with TNA, I really just want to try and kill them off so I can buy them. Murphy wins, that's cool. So does Carl Anderson, we might look at that. I don't want to split them up, if I'm honest. TLC is now up to an above average event. The ratings are 44.63 on the network, 4,000 for drug testing, and Paige likes Joe Coffey. I just want to check this and see. Joe never really got much of a push there. He is the Trios champion. If I'm being honest, at this moment in time, I would probably like to just can that championship. But he's done okay. He's not really progressed a lot. 10 overness over a year, but as I say, if I wanted to, I could put a big push behind them. So that might come. I think it's just the case that it's 2 British talents. I don't know how the mod maker would have rated them, so I don't know if Captain Charisma would have properly got behind them at a time, but who knows, we'll see. Robbie Solars has developed greatly. May as well just give him he's not going to go back to development. I'll try, but yeah, he fully wants to come to the main roster. That's cool. He'll be a welcome addition to the Smackdown Live Cruiserweight division, so there was no issues with me ever not extending that contract. So yeah, still a lot of people unhappy. It kind of happens, there's people there that will get phased out, I think, because we don't really have anything for them. Ishimori, as I say, will go eventually. Tonga Uso, effectively, he wants to leave. Rocky Romero the same. TJP likewise. And Hell Delaro as well. There are other people that will get a push, it's just I'm more focused on pushing other people at this moment in time. So that, like, in real life, if Will Ospreay ever went to WWE, he'd be pushed to the moon in that Cruiserweight division. Here he's stuck on Raw, but everything can change. We're 3 months away from Superstar Shake-Up. As soon as WrestleMania's passed, there'll probably be 10, 15 people trading from Raw to SmackDown, and we'll see what happens from there. If, that does bring fresh feuds and new opportunities. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you did enjoy it, please drop a wee thumbs up. Any predictions for who you think the Wrestler of the Year would be? Do you think it'll be someone from ourselves? Do you think it'll be someone from New Japan? I'll actually let you see who's won it previously. So it's not looking good for us. Every year so far, it's been Tanahashi and Naito. I believe Tanahashi was the last one in the default data here. So it would have been 2 Tanahashis and a Naito. So this will be the 4th year of it. So it'll be my 4th Mania I'm booking. I think it's my 4th Mania. Keep confusing myself. Let's actually find out which Mania I'm going to be doing next. So if we just go to schedule, WrestleMania. Next one's 37, so there you go. So we booked 33, 34, 35, 36. My 5th WrestleMania. Holy cow, that's a lot of Manias. I don't even think I ever get that far in EWR, so that gives you an idea of how much I've played this save, which is cool. Well, I'd like to hope so, since this is 2 years after the game came out, and we're still in the first save. But enough of me blabbering on, as I say. Any comments, etc., deeply appreciated. You can tweet me at 21Maxwell, catch me on Instagram as well for the same handle. And yeah, if you haven't already, you can hit the sub button. There'll be a wee button popping up of Peter Hartley where you can click that and it'll help you subscribe, as will be the playlist for all our previous episodes. So cheers, let me know your predictions, and I'll see you next time for the rundown of the Superstar, or Wrestler of the Year as I should say, and the Power 500. Cheers for watching, enjoy your evening, bye bye.